How's it going, guys? My name is Stone, and welcome to these reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Electric Prunes' self-titled debut album. The Electric Prunes were formed in 1965 in Los Angeles and are known for their early use of fuzzed-out guitar tones as well as free-form garage music, as the guitarist and singer have claimed their music to be. I feel like on this record the band was able to incorporate the early rock sound of the 60s with the eeriness and atmosphere that I wouldn't exactly call psychedelic at every turn of the album. Though most of the songs on here are considered to be filler, and the band would be more than disappointed with the final track listing that would appear on the album, I find that most, if not all, of these songs are a great balance of weird yet accessible tunes. And what's so nice about this album compared to everything else I've reviewed on this channel so far is that it probably is some of the most accessible psychedelic music, only because none of these songs last more than 4 minutes, and the album itself just clocks in under 30. So there's not too much for you to wrap your head around, you could say. To dive into the track listing, the Electric Prunes opened this album up with already their most popular song, "I Had Too Much to Dream Last Night." This song went to 11 in the Billboard Top 100 in 1967, and I would probably consider this song to be the most structured out of everything from this record. Though it isn't my favorite song on the album, I could still enjoy those sonic textures that could be found in the guitar and production. It definitely comes off as an eerie yet melodic tune, and I think it does capture uh, what makes the Electric Prunes so different from every other psych and garage band around that time. Bangles follows this track with another memorable vocal melody, and that is backed by some dominating drum work. I like how this song uh, is able to speed up those hazy guitar riffs in the verses, but is able to slow things down in the chorus. The verse and chorus almost come off as two different songs on this track, but I think the band is able to put these two pieces of music together very well. And honestly, it's a song that I tend to love the more and more I listen to it. So it's another great track. But no other track on this album can match the hauntingly beautiful song Ani. The way the song opens up with that spacious guitar riff just makes me feel like a soft wave of music is crashing onto me. Things get even better with those lovely, uh, somber lyrics that are just sung, I don't know, so perfectly. It kind of reminds me actually of Caroline No by the Beach Boys. I don't know I've had this, if I'm the only one that's thought that, but I feel like there's a lot of connections to the songs. A lot of similarities, at least. Let me know if you agree or not. Uh, One thing I really like though on this song is just the guitar solo. Though it is short and pretty simple, I feel like it really captures the atmosphere of this track. And if I didn't make it obvious, this is definitely my favorite track on the album. It just stands out so much from everything on here, but not too much where it ruins everything else. But it is, like, for me, clearly the best song on here. That garage rock sound comes back with the up-tempo track, "Are You Loving Me More But Enjoying Me Less?" I think the song is pretty good. I mean, it has a strong message to it, but the lyrics can be a bit dull sometimes. The chorus is pretty catchy, but that can also be said about most of the songs on this album. Even though I don't talk that highly about the track, it's still a song that does get stuck in my head, and I do catch myself tapping to it at work from time to time. So it's still a good song, but it is what it is. "Train for Tomorrow" though is a really good track. It's very mellow, and it's especially nice to just like lay back to and enjoy. It shows almost a cooler side of the band, in my opinion, and how they're able to create so many different musical experiences like this, and then something like "I Had Too Much to Dream Last Night." Sorry, all this talking. Um, just two different moods. But we conclude side A with "Sold to the Highest Bidder," which is probably the song that annoys me the most on here. It's the only song I pretty much dislike. From time to time, I'll enjoy it, but I don't know what instrument it is, but that string instrument that dominates the song just really annoys me. It just leaves a ringing in my ears sometimes. And the vocal melody is kind of annoying too. There are some days, like I said, I can enjoy this track, but for the most part, I tend to skip it from time to time. We open side 2 with the B side to their hit single, which is Get Me to the World on Time. The song definitely creates a mood similar to I Had Too Much to Dream Last Night, but it's got much more energy to it, especially with how fierce the vocals come off in the chorus. I think the song really captures how menacing the band's music can be, even more than I Had Too Much to Dream Last Night does. I feel like out of those two songs, I would go to Get Me to the World on Time first. The band then throw kind of a curveball with the very mellow and very jazzy track, About a Quarter to Nine. This is another great song on here. It's very mellow, like Train for Tomorrow, and you almost have to turn it way up to hear like the gentle guitar riffs and the spacious brass instruments. It's a great song, but it's just very, very quiet. And honestly, when listening to it, it's almost mind melting in a way. I mean, that's what I'd say it is, but just because of how low and just how relaxed it is, it's not like inaudible. It's just very low, and I like that about that because it's different from everything else on this album. That can especially be said about the next track, The King is in the Counting House. This song actually I like a lot, not gonna lie. It does stand out, like it's really out of place on this album. One of two songs that are out of place. But I just can't get over how eerie yet beautiful the music is on here. And how medieval it comes off. I think it really adds to the weirdness of this record as well as adding an unexpected amount of variety to the album. Things get a bit more tame with the next two garage rock tracks, first being Lovin'. This song is also pretty chill. It doesn't ask for much of your attention like the other songs do, which is pretty nice because it gives you a chance to relax for the bigger moments on here, or not bigger because this song is really good, but like more frantic moments maybe you could say, or forensic. I don't know. The song that I'm referring to is the one that follows this, which is "Try Me On for Size." Now this song is a very melodic song, another favorite of mine. It really represents what the band is trying to be, as it is one of the few songs on this album that are actually written by the band. The song really packs a punch with its hazy combination of murky guitar work and rough vocals, and the drums themselves also have a kind of marching rhythm, which really adds to the rush of the music, in my opinion. And it's on it, like I said, it's another great track, probably one of their better tracks as well. And it would have been a great way to close this album, but either the band or the record company decided to close this record on the very peculiar track, the Tunerville Trolley. Well, the song and The King is in the Counting House stand out like sore thumbs on this album. I find the Tunerville Trolley to be kind of a funny and interesting way to close this album off. To me, it sounds like something you'd hear in a cartoon, and I just like how the song doesn't take itself that seriously, which is pretty nice. It makes the album a little more entertaining, a little more, I guess, yeah, humorous. Because the song is, I guess, I hope it's humorous. It is very eerie though as well, or it has an eeriness to them, or to the singing at least. Uh, but yeah, for what it is, it's pretty good, and I think it's a funny way to close the album off. And while the first side of this album does feature some of my favorite songs, I often listen to the second side more often just because I find it to be much more consistent as well as the tracks being much more out there compared to the first side. I know that much of the material on here may not be as interesting to others, but I just find this record to have a lot of, or to be almost like a forest of music that one can travel through in order to better understand what depths the songs are trying to take you through, whether it's either very lovely, very somber, or just out there. Not like out there psychedelic, but just like kind of eerie, but also like just not even like rock music at points. And that's about all I have for you guys today. I hope you check this album out if you haven't heard it yet. It's, like I said, it's pretty good. It's pretty innovative for its time, I'd say. Like most of the early 60s rock stuff I talk about in here. I also think it goes without discussion most of the time. I've only seen like one other review on YouTube for this album, so I'm number 2, baby. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and would consider subscribing if you liked where my channel is going, and if you just like psychedelic album reviews, because that's all what I'm all about for the most part on here. And I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.